Hurricane Chris has decided to go at 50 Cent, and the reason why is pretty petty, man. 50 Cent held an event in Shreveport, Louisiana called Humor and Harmony Weekend, where he invited a bunch of comedians, artists, had a basketball game with Top Dog Entertainment having their own team and Quality Control Music having their own team, and just a huge event for Shreveport, Louisiana, because 50 is investing millions of dollars in Shreveport, Louisiana to build his Unit Films and Television studios there. And Hurricane Chris is from Shreveport, Louisiana, and he's an artist that blew up in 2006 off his hit A Bay Bay. So if you don't know who he is, that's who he is. He blew up in 2006. He had a couple, not as big as A Bay Bay hits, but he had Halle Berry. That was another track that blew up. I don't know. He was featured on Mike Jones's Drop and Give Me 50. He had a couple records here and there, right? And he, being from Shreveport, Louisiana, was upset that he didn't get invited by 50 Cent to this event. So he decided to go on Instagram and attack 50. Here's what he has to say.
How the fuck you supposed to be a nigga that's a part of hip-hop? You throw a motherfucking concert in Louisiana and don't book no Louisiana legends and put no bankroll in no Louisiana legends pocket, but you pay the police $500,000. What type of bitch ass shit is that? Nigga, you ain't fucking with my city, nigga. You taking advantage of my city, nigga, cause shit cheap and shit costs way less than it costs where you from. And y'all stupid, slow motherfuckers so crazy that y'all gonna let this nigga come down here and not show no love to Louisiana. This nigga ain't booked no Louisiana artist. This nigga ain't booked Big Papa. This nigga ain't booked B Will. This nigga ain't booked Hurricane. This nigga didn't even go to Baton Rouge and get no boosies or no webbies. Like, nigga didn't fuck with us. Nigga came to take advantage of us. Shreveport had cheap ass land. He came and bought that shit, and a nigga don't give a fuck about fucking with us. And he just showed you that by paying the police $500,000 when we got young niggas out here starving, when we got young niggas out here killing each other. That fucking money could have went to anything to help the motherfucking youth. We don't need more money invested into the police, nigga. We need more motherfucking money invested into the community. We need motherfuckers who know the community, who know the people, who willing to put their motherfucking feet on the ground to make a difference with their influence. Fuck your money, nigga. We don't care nothing about it, nigga. You think these white people ain't been having no motherfucking money in Louisiana, nigga? They using you to come through this motherfucker and to pay the city up. Nigga, they finna use you to rebuild the roads. They not finna use you to help the youth, nigga. Louisiana give a fuck about jail.
So here's the issue, man. And I've seen this in hip hop way too often, and I think it's the dumbest. I don't know where this mindset comes from. It's the dumbest thing ever, where an artist feels like they own that city, they own that land. People have to check in with them, or else that artist in hip hop can't do shows, can't do business. Like, it's the dumbest shit I've ever witnessed in hip hop, period. Like, it just makes no sense. You don't own the land there. The government does. The government doesn't give two fucks about you, right? So why do you give two fucks about an artist coming in there doing their thing? Whether it's in Shreveport, Cali, there's too many situations where people have to check in when it comes to Cali. Houston with Jay Prince, people have to check in. New York, there's probably people have to check. It's ridiculous. I've never seen in other genres. I don't see country artists checking with country artists. Matter of fact, Post Malone talked about this. He was like, when I got into hip hop, I got called the culture vulture. People were immediately attacking me, thinking I was using hip hop for this and that. And he felt depressed and he left hip hop. He's like, man, this is crazy. People are just accusing me of shit out of nowhere, not even knowing me. And he left and went to country. And country's like, they had their arms wide open for me and they love me. He can go to Nashville. He can go to wherever the fuck, Kentucky, wherever the fuck's country music's popping, right? And nobody checked him. Nobody says, hey, this is my city in country. They don't say, this is my city. You can't come here. Like, what kind of shit? This mentality makes absolutely no sense. I can understand why he's upset, because 50 didn't, hey, he's really one of the biggest artists to come out of specifically Shreveport, Louisiana, right? So, it would have been cool if 50 was like, hey, pull up, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. This is not the right way to approach it, right? You don't say this is my city like you're giving $500,000 to cops. He gave $500,000 to cops to make sure the event was safe. That event was started, lasted for 3-4 days, I think, and nothing happened. No shootings, nobody got hurt, nothing. Everybody had fun. The reason why is because $500,000 was invested in security to make sure things went smooth. And things in these type of situations have to go smooth so they can keep having these type of events. The problem is, in a lot of these other hip-hop events, shit gets shut up, people get ratchet, shit just gets fucked up, and then nobody can have events anymore because of those things. So 50 made sure, hey, if I'm going to have events and it's under my name, under my brand, ain't shit going to happen around here. We're going to hire the best security. We're going to make sure everything's smooth. And that's exactly what happened. So give a round of applause to 50 for that. But Hurricane Chris is thinking it in a way of, oh, 50's just, you're going to get used by white people and you're buying this land. They're just going to use your money, this and that. Businessmen buy up land all over the fucking place. White people, black, whoever, whatever skin color you are, they go buy up shit all over the place. And it's got nothing to do with you're getting used for this, you're getting used for that. Like, it just baffles me, man. I get speechless with these type of mentalities that people have. I think Hurricane Chris is just upset about the situation because, 50 didn't really ask him to come to the event. And there were Louisiana artists there. Fredo Bang actually responded to Hurricane Chris. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But Fredo Bang was there. Master P was there. And Lil Romeo was there. I don't know if any other Louisiana artists were there, but some were there. Now, is 50 just going to bring out all of Louisiana, the whole fucking Louisiana, and just be like, hey, every Louisiana artist come? I bet you if Hurricane Chris went to that event and said, yo, what's up, man? I'm Hurricane Chris, which most people can tell. Okay, most people that are in their late 20s, 30s, 40s can tell it's Hurricane Chris. They know Louisiana, Shreveport. They probably would have let him in, man. He probably could have kicked it with him backstage, maybe not performed, maybe not got paid because it was a random kind of show up, but he could have been at least kicked it there, made some connections with 50, potentially been in some movies, acting. You just fucked all that off because you're mad at one time you didn't show up at an event and that 50 didn't pay you. It makes absolutely no sense. And this mentality that you own Shreveport, that any artist that comes through there got to check through Hurricane Chris, is the dumbest mentality. And that applies to every area, Cali, New York, all these. It makes no sense. This is government land at the end of the day. Matter of fact, all of us one day are going to die. We don't own any of this land. We're just borrowing it at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, government owns all this shit. So, even 50 buying that land up, government owns it. He's going to have to pay property taxes. Yeah, he'll get, free benefits here and there on some stuff. And the land is cheaper, like Hurricane Chris said. But different story. That's a whole different conversation. But Fredo Bang responded, and here's what he had to say.
Hurricane, if he ain't book no Louisiana artists, Louisiana legends, who the fuck I am then?
Exactly. Who the fuck is he then if he ain't booked no Louisiana artist? I mean, just because it's not you doesn't mean anything. Now, I would have liked to see Kevin Gates there. I think Kevin Gates is probably one of the biggest and one of my favorite Louisiana artists. But there's plethora of Louisiana artists that he can invite when he has his event again. And then 50 responded. 50 caught wind of it, and this is what 50 said. He posted a clip of Queen Latifah. This is, I think, from the movie Juice. I could be wrong. And she's clowning the guy and saying he's got like no style, no flavor, blah, blah, blah. And the caption 50 said, Hurricane Flex, boy, your shit is whack. The fuck you think? And then at Fredo Bang, your shit gets no play in my ride. So Fredo Bang, he's adding Fredo Bang, saying that, shout out to you for backing me up, basically. But yeah, he clowns him about having one hit. Then 50 continues and drops a clip from Menace to Society, basically saying, don't bump that shit in my car, because he's clowning Hurricane Chris' music. And the caption says, oh, no, you're not going to play that one song you got. Bay Bay just went on stage with Master P, LOL. So he's clowning, obviously, Hurricane Chris for not having hits and stuff like that. So Hurricane Chris follows up. He catches wind of that, and checks 50 and actually calls him a culture vulture, which is that term, man. Dame Dash, you have to blame Dame Dash for this stupid ass culture vulture term. It's the dumbest shit that's ever been said. Dame Dash is the one that created it, and all of a sudden everybody uses this word, and everybody thinks that everybody's a culture vulture if they're not knowing information about shit. And it's only in hip hop. That's all we get. We only get this in hip hop. This is it. There's other genres are not like this, man. Only in hip hop is it like this. It's insane, and all it does is drags everybody down. It just causes more issues, causes more problems, causes more violence. More people get killed over dumb shit, childish shit. Like, anyways, I'm losing because it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. So this is what Hurricane Chris had to say after 50 clowned him for only having one hit.
You big dummy. You just proved my point. You don't know shit about the city. Shreveport, the nigga just said I got one song. Nigga, I go all the way back to 5 Entertainment. That's how I know you don't know shit about the city, homie. You just a culture vulture ass nigga that seen some shit for sale and you wanted to come profit. Now go ahead and go get some niggas something since I done got on your ass. Go ahead and go try to pound it to some niggas and put some niggas on or do something and help some niggas because you see I'm getting on your motherfucking ass. Go ahead and try to play chess like that. You ain't gonna outsmart me, nigga. I ain't none of these dumbass fool ass niggas you ever dealt with. Nigga, I got a whole catalog of shit. Me and Boosie got a mixtape. Nigga, I've been dropping music in Shreveport since 05. I've been touring in Louisiana and all these Texas areas since 05. Dumbass nigga don't know nothing about our culture. That's why I was going off on this nigga. Because I know this nigga don't give a fuck to do no research about us and our people. Shreveport, man, say, man. Stand up or fall for any motherfucking time. You got to stand up for something, man.
See, culture vulture because you don't know a specific artist's history or catalog. I've even got called that just because sometimes I fuck up something on information. Like I have to know every little detail of everything that's ever happened in hip hop. Like that's what basically Hurricane Chris is saying. You have to know everything about Louisiana. You have to know about every single artist. You have to invite every single artist from Louisiana or else you can't do business here. In what world does that make sense, man? In what genre do people move like this other than hip hop? That's it. It's only in hip hop this happens. And it's the corniest shit. Hurricane, I fuck with you. I even did a What Happened to Hurricane Chris video. Listen, you've had great records here and there, but you could have handled this way better. 50 does not owe you shit. 50 owes nobody shit. Nobody owes anybody shit. Period. You know, you earn your way to certain situations, and 50 just probably forgot. Or maybe you didn't get in contact with the right people. Or maybe you should have just showed up. I'm pretty sure if you would have showed up, 50 and his team would have let you go through, and it would have been no issues. I'm willing to bet 80% because 50 is not that. To me, it doesn't seem like 50 is the hating type where he'll go in a city and not show love. He's shown love to artists left and right wherever he goes, man. But yeah, that's Hurricane's take on things. What do you guys think? I think it's childish. I think it's immature. But unfortunately, this happens in hip hop a lot where people feel like, you know, if they're from the city, that the artist has to check in. You know, I don't know if Hurricane Chris has ever applied this pressure to any country artist that has ever performed there or any rock artist or any pop artist. You know, did you ever check Justin Bieber if you ever performed there? Did you ever check Miley Cyrus or any of these other people when they perform there? Why is it always the hip-hop artist that... Anyways, I could go on rambling with that about that millions of times. But let me know what you guys think, man. I think 50 is doing well for the community. He's going to be bringing lots of jobs there, and he's going to be hiring a lot of the youth, he said, to help with a lot of and develop them in, you know, film and television. So, you know, I can't see how this could be a bad thing in any way. I think Hurricane Chris, just relax, calm down, backtrack the situation, and I would apologize if I was Hurricane Chris because you have a chance to, you know, do something big with 50 because you're there. You know the city. You're tapped in. Instead of doing that, because you didn't get invited to one event, you went completely off. And you just fucked up your bag, like, badly. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep our eyes posted. I hope they can reconcile at least, and, you know, Hurricane and 50 can actually do something because Hurricane is, you know, much due respect to Hurricane. He is one of the biggest hip-hop artists, I think. I could be wrong in this, but he's one of the biggest hip-hop artists to come out of specifically Shreveport, Louisiana. So, you know, I'm not trying to clown him or, you know, disrespect him or anything like that because, you know, he's done his thing. But this is the wrong way of approaching this situation. You could have handled this a lot better, but unfortunately, we see this so many times in hip-hop, it's ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $3 a month, you can get my videos uncut and raw the way I intended them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community talking about hip-hop and various other things. It's very dope. So only $3 a month. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse Mentality. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.